I'm not saying his elevator don't go all the way to the top. What I'm saying is I don't think he has any stairs.
One of the things that I really hate most about our industry is, and well, the beard product industry, not
I got,
our industry, but the one we
I got,
love, is this need to constantly produce new scents all the time to stay relevant. And I get it, I understand it, and I'm not attacking the reviewers that do it because they're trying to make relevant content. But for the all right, so and I'm thinking of there was not too long ago there was a product that came out that was in the same category as something that I used last year. I liked the old one better than the new one. Now the new one was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I still preferred the old one, the one from last year. They're still being made. It's not hasn't gone out of it's not there's no rash or shortages or anything like that on it, and so it's kind of understanding that there is a limit to the range of different fragrances that can be used, and there are certainly levels in scent building, and that's another whole topic.
yeah, I want to talk about that next time because you may know more than I do about like where do these brand new companies like get their stuff from? Because they're all kind of going to the same spot. There's like maybe two or three different places, and that's where they're getting their start with at least before they find out where maybe there's other things available.
There's a dirty little secret to that too, and we'll save that for next time, so that can be the cliffhanger for that one. But yeah, there's a. I try not to get into specific suppliers. So if a company came to me and said, "Hey, what's the best supplier for?" I'm going to say, no. I can tell you what works good in my beard, but as far as where you get it from, that's something you're going to have to do your research on. R&D, buddy. R&D.
Yeah, we'll get into that and how much that stuff costs and all of that next time maybe. And yeah, I would like to follow up more on the some companies have to come out with a new scent every week, and then some are coming out with one of them. I'm kind of like the seasonal. You come out with a couple every season. That's kind of more my thing because I only buy stuff when there's like big, huge sales, and I guess sales tactics is another thing we could talk about.
And because I am so much of a cologne whore, I tend to think of seasonal as in a little bit broader sense than, oh, it's fall, it's pumpkin spice season, oh, it's
Yeah,
Christmas, it's so I tend to think a little bit more broadly than maybe the average person does. Excuse me. But I really hate it when they come out with the gimmicky stuff. It's fall, so what does fall smell like? There's one particular owner that I absolutely love. His products are good. I've tested them, reviewed them, use them on a regular basis. But whenever I communicate with him on scent building, I try to evoke an experience. Okay, so imagine you're sitting in this spot in this time of year, and these are the smells you're getting in, and none of that has to do with food. I'm not a big foodie, um, so I tend to avoid those. That being said, coffee can be a great ingredient in an oil. I just don't want to smell like I dipped my beard into my coffee mug all day long.
no, coffee and chocolate do not do well in my beard. I love smelling them, but I don't. After 5 minutes, I'm like,
I'm kind of over vanilla too. Vanilla has been played out.
yeah.
Um,
Most of the time, it's so hidden in the background, just gives you
yeah,
that touch of sweetness. It just depends.
there's been two or three people that have been badgering me to go back to making stuff, and so I was like, okay, I'll make one. We'll see what happens. Um, but I'm also fully aware of I'm kind of the polar opposite of scuba. Scuba is a lot of entertainment, a little bit of information. I'm a lot more information, and if you understand my dry, weird sense of humor, then you'll get hopefully a little bit of entertainment out of it. But so I am kind of inside baseball, and I'm okay with that because my goal was never to have 100,000 subscribers and to get monetized and have small statues of me built around the country. That was never my goal.
Yeah, I keep trying to figure out who our target audience is. I mean, we're not hitting on a whole lot there, so we have to have some beard nerds. Maybe is who we're going to hit. Maybe somebody who's interested in starting their own company and they're really diving into some of this stuff.
Well, and what's crazy about it is both of us have a fond love of music. Both of us play guitar, although one of us is much better at it. Neuropathy in both hands. Both of us have worked as teachers. You're still employed. I was a college professor for 3 years. But we walk the same path, but we kind of come to different places on stuff. Your beard, if I were to try to emulate that style, drives me nuts. I would become obsessed with, trimming it every day to keep it in that perfect set. And
some days I have to put the scissors down. I do that too. But I so much love just shaping a beard. Guys are too afraid to trim their beards. I mean, they are scared to death to trim their beards, and they don't realize that if you just trim in the right spots, you don't have to use as much heat. You don't have to use as much product to get it to look the way you want it to look. They just don't understand the beard shaping part to it. Even if it's a long beard, you can still do a little bit of shaping to it, and that's not what they're doing.
I'm planning on, as soon as things die down with COVID in Georgia and Florida, I'm going to go down and let Dave touch mine and see what he comes up with. I told him he could video it if he wants to. That's fine with me. So I've been trying to cut minimally. I've been trying to trim like every 3, 4, 5 months as opposed to every other month. That kind of thing, just so he would have more to work with.
I think he's got plenty to work with.
Well, when I first got into this, Lux had that super long, super straight
off at the bottom.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, and we all get beard envy. We all get beard envy. But him and George Bruno will forever be, that's a Mount Rushmore beard that he had.
The biggest silver beard ever.
That is ridiculously, and with his background as a hairdresser, he made it it always looked perfect. Which, if we're honest, all reviewers that have beards, we all take a minute in there to make sure it's squared away. Right now with these earbuds, they kind of dip into my beard, but I'll be going to a mic as soon as I get a camera that I already got the mic. It's actually sitting right here on a stool next to me. I just got to get the camera to plug it in.
Nice.
So, all right, my man. Well, I enjoyed this. Even if nobody else gets anything out of it, I had fun.
Yeah, as you said, it just kind of helps process and bounce ideas back and forth, and yeah, it's good. I think the right few people will enjoy it for sure, and I enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed it, that's all that really matters, anyway.
There ain't no such thing as a good case of hemorrhoids.